should say welcome back to the show, because you've been kind enough to grace us with your presence before.
No, thank you for having me and having me back.
Of course. Thank you for trusting us. Wait, you have an entire Betty Boop room in your house?
I do. Yeah.
How the boop?
How the boop?
How the boop?
I fell in love with Betty Boop when I was like 4, and I started collecting her, and then I found out that the original Betty Boop was a black jazz singer named Esther.
See, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
How did you find that out? And was she based on a real person?
Yeah, she was based on a real person.
Really?
And for me, it was kind of like I just fell in love with her because she was the unassuming beauty. And growing up where I did, we were like one of one black family, and so there's a lot of different things I dealt with, but I always felt like, I know that I'm dope, they just don't know it yet, you know? And so to me, like, Betty represented kind of like the unassuming beauty. And then when I researched her, she was a living, breathing black jazz singer.
That's so interesting. How come this isn't a more well-known fact? And thank you for teaching it to us.
Yeah.
It's Betty Boop.
It's Betty Boop.
She's like a cultural icon based on a black female jazz singer.
Yeah, named Esther.
You worked with a friend, I can't believe I get to say he's a friend, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. But he is...
Yeah. I was in the 21 Questions music video when I was 21. And
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
You said that was like a turning point in your career.
Yeah.
Doing that video. Why, may I ask why?
I was at that weird kind of transitional stage where I was still, playing 14, 15, 16 years old, and I was like 21. And, as you know, being a child actor, that transition is very hard because people just kind of want you to stay in that box.
And you were a child actor.
Yeah. And so for me, it was kind of like a national commercial saying, I am grown. I am a woman now,
Well, music videos were so important.
Oh, for sure.
Since that MTV flag landed on that moon, until, very recently, and they're still very important, but they were everything.
Yeah.
Like they were a huge medium and format.
Absolutely.
And it's true, there is sort of one way to dispel the I'm a little girl now and, being in a cool 50 Cent video, or like for me, I did a film called Poison Ivy. It's like, you're like, I'll show you I'm not a kid anymore.
Exactly.
Boom. How do you like me now?
That part.
Yeah, okay, so I feel you on that
I love that movie, by the way. I watched that so much.
Well, congratulations on season 2 of Harlem.
Thank you.
I did not realize that the writer of Girls Trip is the one who went and made this series happen, because Girls Trip is the greatest.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And Harlem is really loved. And in fact, we have a clip. Why don't we take a look?
Did you bring my Diet Coke? I texted you.
Text, right. I think I actually left my phone at home when I was getting my work stuff. I can go back.
Yes, but that would leave me sitting here and waiting is not my thing.
Copy.
Did I just get a waft of liquor on your breath?
No, that is French champagne. It's not actually alcohol.
Well, let's leave that conversation for you and your sponsor at some future 12-step meeting.